guys, I am just going to make sure I'm live before I start. There is a little bit of a delay. And it's playing the ads. If you're on, make sure you can hear and see me. Me too, Linda. Can you hear and see me okay? I think everything's working good today. Fingers crossed. It was a little bit scary when I started because the go live button on YouTube wasn't lit up like it should be, but there's a little bit more of a lag on YouTube. Oh, and Barb's here. Hello, Barb. Will one of you guys please comment and let me know if you can hear and see me okay? And please share the video, you guys. I really appreciate that. That really helps me get found by other people that love crafting like we do and might want to design some of the projects I make and start stamping with us. Okay, good. Linda said she can hear and see, so I'm going to just start right in because we have a lot to talk about today, you guys. There is a lot going on in the world of Stampin' Up! For the color refresh, but we'll talk about that in a minute. If you're new, my name's Bobby. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and I go live every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time on Facebook or YouTube. So if you want to join in, I suggest that you subscribe and follow me on all those social media platforms so that way you know when I'm going to go live. Hey, Kathy. Okay, guys, I am going to switch it over to my camera so we can get started. This week, I decided to use the Tropical Leaf Suite bundle that is in the online exclusives. This is a super cute bundle. You get 9 stamps, and then it has the coordinating punch. The punch doesn't fit the little leaf, but you could easily fussy cut that out. I couldn't think of the word I wanted to use. And then also from the online exclusives, I'm going to be using the gold and silver trim. So I'm going to use the gold, but you also get this silver in there. We're going to use some gold embossing powder. Let me get these off. For this card, you're going to need Versamark. I'm going to use Soft Succulent. And then I'm using the red and green adhesive backed pearls. And here is the card for today. Super cute. And if you want me to send you 6 free make and take packets, all you need to do is place an order with me in my online store from last Friday. It always goes from Friday to Saturday. Spend $35 and I will send you a packet of 6 free make and takes where you can make today's projects. I have a few already made up. I had to go back and add a couple because I've been getting quite a few orders, you guys. Hey, Deanna. But this is how I send them. Now, I don't have this sealed up or anything yet because I put this little note in here. And this was from last week's. And it just kind of tells you a little bit about the information where you can go find everything. I covered this up. This is a QR code that you can just scan. And it'll just take you directly to the email that I send you. I mail these out on Monday. And I also email you the replay of this the video, and then I also will email you the PDFs that go along with this to show you. I also send those step-by-step instructions, and then if you spend $50, you will earn the tutorial for the Sweetheart bundle. This one is March. I haven't printed April's yet, but I have it, but you'll get April's. And I can't remember how many projects we had this week, and you'll also earn an embellishment if you spend $50. Hey, Diane. And if you spend $100, you'll earn 2 embellishments. Now, I do put cardboard front and back to help this not get smushed for you. So that is how that works. Let me get everything out of here. So I also used, for this piece of Evening Evergreen, I used the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folders. I love those embossing folders. Let me pull up the PDF and I'll tell you all of our measurements. I need to scoot this over. I can't see quite all of the comments yet. Now I lost my PDF. There it goes. Hey Janet, hey Kathy. Okay, so for this card, I will send you the card base that is thick, basic white, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'll send you this piece of evening evergreen that is 2 by 5 1/4, and that will already be embossed for you. I will send you the circle that I used from the Stylish Shape dies. You'll actually get 2 of everything I'm sending you because you get 2 of each of the make and take packets. These basic white is for our stamping, and they're 2 by 2 1/4. So just make sure when you're stamping on this, you have the 2 1/4 so it'll fit in the punch a little bit better. And then our DSP is 3 by, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then this piece is 2 by 4. And let me close this and we'll start. Now I have to look at my card and see how I designed it. Okay, we can go ahead and put this piece down. I try to keep all my adhesive in one little area over here. And now I have scissors and everything just in every area. Oh, you guys, Monday night was a long night. I stayed up till 2 a.m. So because it's mountain time, that's what time midnight is for us, or for me in Indiana. And you couldn't place your order until midnight mountain time, which, like I just said, is 2 a.m. And so I stayed up so I could get my order placed because I knew trying to do it the next morning would be a little bit difficult, and trying to get ready to go to work and everything. It was a lot of fun. It's always fun when you get to shop for new crafting supplies. Okay, let's just move this out of the way, and then I'm just going to grab my punch and make sure I'm going to be stamping that right. And I thought that was right. So what I'm going to do is stamp the soft succulent. If I keep that open, I didn't think that was going to open. I'm going to use the larger leaf, and we're just going to stamp it. I should have brought my piercing mat. Let me grab that. I always forget something. Always try to grab my piercing mat and my chamois because I'm going to be using this, so I want to clean this on the next card. A lot of this stuff is just going to be passed right down the line. So what I'm going to do next is I want to use my embossing buddy because I want this ink to be dry. I'm also going to, just for a few seconds here, hey Cindy, hey Marilyn, I am just going to dry this just a little bit because I don't want my embossing powder to stick to the ink. So I'm just going to kind of like speed up that process of that ink to be dried, which I think it'll be fine. And then I want to use the embossing buddy up here at the top for the sentiment. I feel like I have got quite the mess going on here already, you guys. So I'm just going to stamp this. Try not to touch where I just put that. I'm going to stamp my hello right there at the top. And I think I'm done with that. And then this is like your little viney pieces. So move that. Move this over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip that in my powder just to make sure I get a good coating. I don't want that to dry. I'll just flick that. I'm going to grab my tweezers too. Okay, now we'll take Versamark and ink this up, and then just do it right in the center. And same with this. Just right in the center. Always put your lid back on your Versamark, you guys. I have gotten the embossing powder in my ink pads before, and that is not very much fun, let me tell you. And I don't know why, but I'm not going to put the lid completely back on there. I'm going to be using it again. I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm trying to fit this leaf in the punch, I noticed it only on the embossing cards. I'm having a little bit of trouble, and I don't think that embossing powder is that thick. The other ones, if it's just a stamped image, it'll slide right in there, and I looked to see if I had a little piece of paper stuck in there. I couldn't find anything, so hopefully it won't give me any problems today. Okay. And I want those to dry just a bit before I go and stick them in the punch, because I don't want my... Okay, gotta go watch it on the replay. Okay, Barb. Thanks for sharing, Linda. See what I mean? It's right there on that corner. This one wasn't near as bad. I mean, there was a couple of times my paper I thought was going to get totally destroyed trying to get it to fit in there. Okay, it's not so bad today. I'm kind of thinking that that piece wasn't cut, or either I didn't stamp it on the right side like I was supposed to, where I'd get more to hold it. That's probably what I did. Okay, so then we're going to take and grab our dimensionals. And Linda, I did want to make sure that you knew, I posted yesterday our local card club. You know what? I didn't emboss the hello. So that registration's on my Facebook page if you want to, after the YouTube live today, if you want to sign up and let Cindy know too. I know sometimes it's hard to remember to go to every page and everything where they advertise stuff. I had to do it a week early. I normally try to do it the last Saturday of the month, and then that's when I have my team meeting too. Last month we had to cancel because I had the 35 event I went to. And then this month I have a 3-day event, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's the last weekend of the month too. And when I called where we normally have it here locally, I could not believe it, because the room is, I mean, it's a popular room that people use for things, but all the other weekends I tried, you know, I asked for the 22nd. I'm just going to tie a quick little tiny bow, and that Saturday was already taken, and so was the Saturday before. I was like, okay, well, I can't have it this weekend because that's not giving anybody enough notice, nor me time to get everything done. So there is a local church I used for a little bit when we were doing COVID stuff, because where we normally go is a nursing home, and they weren't allowing people in there during COVID. So I contacted the pastor, and he said, sure, you can have it on the 22nd. So we're going to use the church again this time. I like using the church. I love the church. It's a beautiful church, but I have to pay for the room there, and at Miller's it's a community room, and you can't beat free. So I'm just going to place a couple of these little dots around there, and that card is done, you guys. That one is super easy and super quick. When I designed these, it was like, boom, this card was done in a matter of seconds. Okay. Okay, thanks, Linda. Okay, I am going to pull up our second card, and it is this one. Trying to get everything off of it. This is super cute. I love this. I love those radiating dies, and those are currently unavailable right now. So these are the dies I was just telling you about. You get, how many is it? 6, and it's the heart and the little panels. So it's these 3, and then you get the heart and the 2 little circles. I haven't used the big one yet, I need to get on it. You guys, next week I was going to do the rhinos that I keep calling hippos, and I'm sure the week that I do use those, I'm going to call them hippos all day long. Linen thread. We're going to use Petal Pink ink, Mango Melody ink, and Evening Evergreen ink. Got a bunch of stamps, so let me get those off of here. But it is currently, the Rhino is currently unavailable. I just looked before I went live today. You can get the stamp set, but the dies are, the bundle price is not currently available. Okay, let's go over our measurements for this card. This is, our card base is Mango Melody, and it is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Let me do that again. I don't feel like I got a good crease there. You've got a piece of Petal Pink that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I'll send you the DSP that is, let me see, where did it go? 3 3/4 by 5. And then I'm not going to send you these die cuts, but I will send you the cardstock for you to die cut them out. So I'll send you the basic white, the Mango Melody, Petal Pink, and Evening Evergreen, and you can die cut them out. And then for our sentiment, it is basic white, 7/8 by 3, and then again 2 pieces for your stamping. So let me put this over here, and we'll put this piece down. I'm just going to churn this ever so slightly, just like match up this corner and this corner down there when I go to put it on. What did I do with my snail? It's right there in front of me, and it's not snail, it's Stampin' Seal. Trying to still say the old names. Okay. And then we're just going to do the same thing with our designer series paper. Oh, and I forgot to mention the designer series paper, you guys. It's the textured cheek DSP. It is laying down there. I need to grab it so I can show that to you guys. And then we're just going to turn this the opposite direction, but kind of on more of a straight line. I mean, it's not really straight, but it's more straight than the Petal Pink piece is. And then for this piece, the label, what we're going to do, and I really struggled with this, you guys, trying to get this in the, this card took me the longest, trying to get the layout of the way that I wanted it. But I'm going to grab this image here and my Evening Evergreen ink. And we're just going to, I can't remember, wait a minute. I want to do my Petal Pink first. Hey, Mary, how are you feeling? I didn't even know you were like going through anything until I saw your post on Facebook. I hope you're feeling better. So I'm going to take the Petal Pink image and make sure I'm on there. I'm going to stamp it right in the middle, right at the top. And then that's going to help me line up the leaves here, or the stem that I want to put on. So I'm just going to ink that up in Evening Evergreen and then just line that up the best I can with that camera over my head. That's not too bad. And then I'm going to move this out of the way and we can bring in our 2 pieces, and I'm going to stamp, if I can find what I did with it. Nope, that's Evening Evergreen. I need that again, but I need to move it because I'm going to use it if I don't. So I'm going to stamp one of these leaves in Petal Pink. Clean that off. And then I am going to grab Mango Melody. Oh, I can't get my Mango Melody to close, you guys. There we go. And then it's not any fun. I am going to restamp that because that wasn't very dark. I think maybe my Mango Melody needs to be re-inked. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to grab, I'm sure I'm going to use that again in a minute. We're going to grab Evening Evergreen, and we're going to grab the large little vines again. And we're just going to stamp that right in the center. Stamp this one right in the center. And then I need the little vine. Bring this piece back up here. And we're going to do it right in the center. And then trying to, the stamps I think I'm going to use again, I'm trying to move over there for the next card. So I'll have them out and all I have to do is clean them. And then we'll stamp the sentiment. And I didn't want the sentiment to be very big, the label to be very big. So if you want it bigger, you can cut it 1 inch. You're either going to use, you know, if you stamp it high, you're going to cut a little bit of that off. If you stamp it low, you're probably going to cut a little bit of that off. But it's whatever you like, whatever you want to do. I'm going to see if I popped that up. I did. Oops. Let's put this label on with dimensionals. Hey, Mary Ellen. I am not sure, Mary, what the compression vertebrae are. I hope it's not painful. I know I had years ago a herniated disc, and that was not very much fun at all. I went to the doctor last Thursday for some things I've been having going on, and I'm telling you what, it's like one medication just makes something else go wrong. I just told my husband, I was like, I should have known better. When you have a stomach like I do, got to be very, very careful what you do, because it takes nothing to get my stomach all out of sorts, and I hate it. Did you guys see how easy that goes in when it's not embossed? I mean, I am just not sure what is going on. Okay. There we go. And we'll put dimensionals on the back of all of this. I don't know why I don't put my stuff right back where I get it out of, so that way when I go to get it, it's right there. And then I have to stop and look for it everywhere. What is everybody's thoughts on the new in colors? I love them. I love the earth tones. I seen on another demonstrator's post about them. She'd posted on her page about them, had the picture and everything. And I can't remember what the person commented, but it wasn't very nice. It wasn't very complimentary about the in colors at all. Like, you could definitely tell she didn't like them. Oh, I think she said they were blah. Something like that along the lines. They were like blah. But I love the earth tones. I mean, those colors are right up my alley. I love them. And I just turned that sideways. And then we'll put some dimensionals on the back of the hearts. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to add one on the back of each. Oh no, Mary, I'm so sorry. I will keep you in my prayers. And I feel so bad that I didn't know. I don't know how I missed it. But Facebook has been crazy anymore, and I just don't understand how you see some people's things versus other people's things. I will send you these little gems too, you guys, that I'm using. So however many I use on a card, that's how many I send. But I did see another demonstrator on, it was in a group I was in actually yesterday, and she goes live every Tuesday, and it was the same thing that happened to me last week when I tried to do my Facebook Live. She goes, it's not even showing that I'm live, but she could see the video. Now, I could not see the video. I could see the video on the event page, but she could see, if she looked on her phone, she could see comments. I could not see comments, or I would have stayed on Facebook last week, because I don't like trying to find it and everything. But, my linen thread got in quite a mess a while back. But she even said, Facebook has been doing some wonky stuff. And I don't know what it is. So I was talking with friends, and a couple of people suggested just don't even do Facebook Lives. Just stick to YouTube. That's what YouTube is. That's what YouTube's platform is for videos. And Facebook just likes to change everything all the time. and make our life miserable and difficult. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I do know that, you know, before I started doing it where you could see the comments on the screen, I was doing both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I just have to remember, go back and retrain myself on how I set that up in the software program that I use, and then I would be able to do it again. And I'm eventually going to get there where I can do it on both, I think, but we'll see. Okay, guys, that's card 2. And now card 3. I have all the supplies already out because we've already used them. Card 3, let me pull up the PDF. Is that surgery, Mary, that they're going to have to do? That does not sound good. Okay. For card 3, we have Soft Succulents. And it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We've got Basic White, that is 4 by 5 1/4. And your DSP is 1.5 by 5 1/4. And then you'll get 2 pieces of each of these for stamping on your flower. And then I'll send you the label that I used, the stitched rectangles. I'm super sad that these are not carrying over in the new catalog. I was so disappointed when I realized that. Okay, so for this one, we're going to adhere the DSP. And I did cut the DSP a smidge longer, as you can see, just because I wanted to make sure I didn't shorten you. So, you know, if you find that, just do it like I'm going to do it, off to one side. And I will show you guys too that I did a little blending brush. I don't know if you can see that back there. A little blending brush there, and then splattered it with water. It didn't really show up, so I'm going to omit that. But that is how this card was done if you want to do that. And I could do the petal pink and make it a little bit darker if I wanted to. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let me grab my brush, just so you guys can see. I'll do it exactly like I did it, just so you guys can see. But I felt like you couldn't see it. I'm not going to splatter the water because I don't have any water down here with me right now to do that. But I just took my petal pink and just kind of did this. I'm going to go a little bit darker because I and a little bit higher because I felt like you couldn't see it after I got it on there. And of course I couldn't go back, so we'll just try to improve it on the video. Now we're going to have to be really careful because we don't want the embossing powder that we're going to be using to stick to this piece of paper. So what I want to do again is I'm going to dry it off with my heat tool just to get the ink dry. Hopefully that's enough. And then I'm going to use the embossing buddy again. Okay, I'm reading Mary's comment. It's not cutting, but they go through the spine. Oh my gosh, Mary. Thank you, Kathy. We will be praying for you, Mary. Let us know, too, when that's going to happen. So I'm going to take petal pink, and we're going to, let me clean all these off, you guys, because I'm going to use it and I want them to be drying while I'm doing this other step. So let me just get these all cleaned up here really quick. Yep, that one I didn't get very good. Sometimes I think the darker the color, the harder they are to clean, to get all of them off. Okay, that will be good. Oh, did I just sling? Thought some of the flakes got on my card a little bit. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this. So we're just going to take, and I'm just going to follow the way I did my original card. I'm going to ink this up in petal pink. And we're just going to stamp it. I want move this now up here. So I'm going to stamp this leaf just kind of going off to the side. And then we're going to do this one going up. We're going to turn this one going down. And then I'm going to turn this one going off a little bit on there too. Okay, now while I have my petal pink out, let's go ahead and stamp the large leaf in petal pink. Okay, and then I'm going to clean that again because I'm going to have to use it again. Okay, now I'm going to use the embossing buddy because I can't remember if I did that already, but we're going to do it again because we just stamped those. And I'm also going to use it on that piece because now, trying not to touch these. Now we want to grab the Versamark again, close our petal pink, and what am I looking for? We're going to do the little leaf vines first. So we'll just stamp those, woo, right in the middle. Turn that one. Turn that one. And stamp that one. And then we'll grab the big one and do petal pink. I'm going to put the lid on this. We will put these two guys in the embossing powder. I always get a mess on everything when I use embossing powder. I'm just going to go over it one more time just to, for good measure, just to make sure I didn't miss any. Move this over here. Going to use it again in a minute. Been having some storms here this morning, you guys. Oh, and I'm gonna do an in color club. I am just working on the information right now, but I'll get that started so that way when the new catalog goes live, the link and everything, probably even before the catalog goes live in May, I'll have all the information posted. And that is a good way for you guys to get all of the in colors without having to get them all at once. Okay, now let's bring this over here. And then, okay, I think I know I had my soft succulent ink. I know that I did, but what did I do with it, you guys? If anybody sees it, please yell and tell me. Oh, here it is. Behind the embossing powder. I knew I had it. I knew I had it. Okay. So we'll ink these leaves up. Give me just a minute, you guys. I have got to turn my heater off. I'm going to pass out. Oh, Kathy, you are so welcome. Or, so welcome. You are so sweet. What you're posting. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. We'll use our embossing buddy. I think I'm going to be good for it not to stick. Pray for me, guys. Because I didn't dry it with the heat tool this time. I'm going to take my chances. I'm living life on the edge today. I want to do the sentiment, but I thought I better get those. Okay, I was a little bit scared. I seen a whole bunch of embossing powder at the top of that leaf, and I was like, oh no, it stuck to the ink. Okay, now let me grab the label right here for the sentiment. And it is right here. I do want to use my embossing buddy just in case I've got my fingerprints on there. And then we will move right along with this card. This is a tight fit too for the sentiment, but you can make it work. Okay, now I think I'm done with all this embossing powder. I think I'm done with all my stamps, but who knows? I'm going to use my little tweezers because I don't want to burn my little fingers. There was a lot of stuff that the demonstrators could order on the pre-order. I'm really happy with the new catalog. There's other demonstrators that are on here. I know there's several people on here right now. That's my team members. And I tell you what, I was so happy to see that a lot of the stamps that I had invested my money in carried over. That made me very, very happy. So I'm going to put this piece of DSP down because then it makes you feel, I'm glad because then you don't feel like you have to, like you just used them for a little minute and then they went away. But at the same time, once I demonstrate them with you guys, I don't usually go back and use them again. But, there were some that I would like to have done more stuff with. So maybe that's something I can do. So I'm just going to take this piece of the gold trim and cut it off back here so I have enough to wrap around. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on each end. And then I'll flip that over. And we're just going to line this up. And then wrap that around. Now you can put like Scotch tape if you want to on there. And I think I used dimensionals. I did. If you want to make sure that that's going to be adhered and stayed. Oh, those are minis. I don't need minis. But there is a stamp set in there. It's the Daisy stamp set. That is, I think, probably my favorite. And I am really, really going to try to get a retreat here in the next little bit put together. And if I can't, I might do a stamp camp like I did with the Valentine's one. But I have recently bought some very neat home decor products that I had intention, I just bought them over the weekend, of using that Daisy stamp set with. So I'm just going to put these, are going to help hold this in the front. Probably should have put my leaves down. I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse doing this, but it's already done, right? So we might have to peel this up if we don't like where it's landed at. Let's punch the, oh, you guys, I didn't emboss these. The green ones, I picked that up thinking I'd already embossed that. Let me re-dip this because my finger just took off the embossing powder. Those two I set off to the left of me and didn't realize I didn't emboss them until I picked it up and I felt the powder on my finger. Yeah, I think the gold trim really made it pop there at the bottom. I like a little bit of bling on my cards, you guys. I feel like I can't make a card without ribbon or an embellishment. And really ribbon. Or twine. A bow, I guess, is what you could say. Oh, that one's already embossed. That one you can see, guys. A little bit of that embossing powder stuck. I'll show you here in a minute in case you didn't see it. On the pink one, just a smidge right there stuck on my leaf, but it'll still work. Just trying to line that up. Yeah, the second card is the one that took me the longest to design, and it's just because I could not get those leaves where I wanted them. And this is not long enough. Let me grab a Post-it. Hold on a minute. I walked over there to get Post-it notes, and I have Post-it notes right there on my desk. See how I'm having a hard time getting that? I don't know what it is hitting, and it's going to make the Post-it note come off. I don't know what it hits. I've even like put my finger in there thinking it was that thing down there, but it cannot be the embossing powder. I mean, that is just not that thick. See what I mean? I just don't know. There's something that's getting it hung up. Now I have it in there. I just don't know what it could be, you guys. If anybody knows or has any suggestion, let me know. I mean, this is a brand new punch. But it just feels like there, and see now it moves so freely. I don't get it. I've never had a punch do that before. See right there, and it feels like it's right. I don't know if maybe it's just not wide enough right there. If maybe there is, I'm going to have to call DS. I can see the paper. Can you guys see it in there? Like you can see it move freely, but it's just, I don't know. Hold on a minute, guys. I'll keep working with it till I get it in there and can get it lined up. I might call and see if anybody else has had issues. But now this is fun trying to get this leaf lined up without being able to grab my paper. I got a hold of a little corner. That wasn't the best, but that's good enough. And now my paper. There we go. Yeah, I've never had that happen. So I'm not sure, you guys, what the deal is with that. And I noticed it was just on my embossed leaves are the only time I'm having issue with it. If it's just a regular stamped image, no problem at all. But as soon as you put that embossed on there, raised up just a little bit, that shouldn't cause any issue whatsoever. It wants to lose its mind. Okay, so we're going to take this leaf and we're going to turn it up. I'm going to lower it down just a little bit. I did have some powder on that pink, so make sure that you dry it with your heat tool or let it just air dry before you. And with the leaves, you guys, my plan was to try to just cover up that, you know, as much as that as I could. But make sure you use your embossing buddy, your heat tool to dry it before you set it off, whatever you want to call it. Now I should have used, moved my stamped image up just a little bit higher even than what I did. I brought my pink up, but then my flowers should have gone up just a little bit higher like I had them on there. But it's still cute. It's still cute. I still like it. Okay, on this one, I need gold dots. And I knew when I did this, I had 4 little dots on a piece of paper that I would misplace them. And now I can't find them. And I don't have any more gold dots out here with me. I have silver. I'm looking for them. Give me just a minute, guys. If I can't find them, I know they're probably on the floor somewhere. Okay, I don't see any. So we will omit putting on the gold dots. Well, you know what? Hold on just a minute. I don't know if they're right here. Hold on a minute, guys. I just had to open up a new package yesterday. So we'll grab them off this. So we're going to put one up here, followed by another, and then one in this corner, one in that corner, and then 2. I think this card I had to send to everybody 12. But that's okay. Okay, guys, that is it for this week's Make and Takes. This is your card 3, card 2, and card 1. So again, if you shop with me, spend $35, you're going to get 6 free make and take packets. It's 2 of each design. I will send you everything, the cardstock. I'm not sending any of the like labels or the hearts, but you will get the cardstock. So if you have the dies, you can cut them out yourself. And if you don't have what I have, you can just use the cardstock and make your own project with the stamps that you already have. If you spend $50, you will receive the 6, a free embellishment, and the April Sweethearts tutorial bundle. If you spend $100, you receive all that and 2 free embellishments. And I have to tell you guys, every week you're making me have to make more make and take packets to send out in the mail, and I love that. Thank you. Oh, I am so happy for you too, Linda. Okay, guys, let's do Prize Patrol. Now, I put everything in a different location today than where I normally put it. But last week's winner for the Joyful Life was, let me see, I need to get a drum roll for this. Barb McAldo. I know I always say her name wrong. She shared or she commented on the video, and that's how she won. So if you share or comment, even if it's the replay, you guys, that's how you're entered in Prize Patrol. Next week, I am going to be giving away the Growth Takes Time. I love the stamp set. This is the one I used last week for my projects, you guys. You guys are so welcome. Thank you guys for watching me. I really appreciate it, because without you guys, I would have no reason to go live, right? I do want to share with you really quickly. I'm going to run through some stuff so quick. I didn't see her on here, but she might be, since I can't see when I'm doing the demonstration. But Diana Mahar, she won a couple of Prize Patrols really close back to back, and she sent me this super cute card, wrote me a super cute note on the inside. Made my day when I got it. But I want to talk to you really quickly about my card club. It's $38 a month, and I will send you the videos and the PDFs on the projects. This month I made a bonus little treat holder, and these are the cards that we'll be making in April. You can sign up at any time, but if you sign up after the 20th, you'll get May's projects. And I just want to pull up my little thing here. I will send out these card packets a couple of days early. It's not going to be anything crazy, but because I have that retreat and it is about the time that I normally send those in the mail, I'll probably try to get these in the mail before I leave, or they'll be ready to ship out the day I come home. I have to check on that date first. I normally try to mail them out by the 26th, so that's what I'm basing that on. You can join and cancel at any time, but after you have been a member for 6 consecutive months, you do earn a free $25 product bonus that you choose anything you want. You tell me what you want. I place the order for you, and then I have it mailed directly to you. You'll make 8 cards, and I also provide the envelopes. We make 2 of each of the 4 different designs, and I send you the videos and the PDFs. And every month, your kit also includes $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products for you to use, and you'll always have a lot left over. If you do add on the stamp set, the bundle that I use, you'll end up saving about 17% because I place that order and I pay the tax and shipping. And I will tell you, the Seaside Bay is on the low inventory list. So if you want it, you better get it. And I did want to share you guys really quickly. I'm so glad I looked over there and seen this. Last week, I was going to share with you the swaps I got at that 35 event. And I totally forgot because Facebook was being crazy. And I totally forgot to share these. So I did want to share these. And I'm not going to tell you which one's mine, but let's see if you guys can guess. So if you think that you know which one I did, leave a comment. And then I'll tell you at the end which one is actually mine. This is using the alphabet that is on that exclusives. Very, very pretty cards. And I didn't get the one that won for having the best swap, I guess, that Sarah Douglas picked. Ended up with 2 of those. I didn't swap with her. I don't know how I missed her. And she was right beside me. She was at the table right beside me. Okay, so if you think you know which one was mine, leave me a comment. I want to see if you guys can pick out my swap card. Okay, now on to the other things I wanted to tell you about. This is the host code that you have to use if you place an order for those free make and takes. And there is a link on almost everywhere I post that if you click on the link, it will automatically add that host code for you. And then this is just a reminder of the projects that you're going to get and using that host code. And then this is just my graphic for my card club. And then I just want to show you really quickly, I'm sure you guys have seen these, but these are our new 2023-2025 in color. I love the boho blue, but I love all of them, and I love all of them together. I think they're just that moody mauve, the copper clay. I just love them. I think they're very pretty. The last card in the stack. So Kathy thinks this one was mine. Okay, I'll tell you at the end, Kathy, if you are right. And then with the color refresh, there was colors that were taken out. So these colors could either be added back in or new. My favorite one to say is going to be Lemon Lolly. I've already made up my mind about that. And I love the Bubble Bath. I think that's very pretty. Fresh Freesia is staying. Berry Burst is coming back. Blueberry Bushel is coming back. Misty Moonlight, Lemon Lime Twist, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock. All of those came back. So I love the is it Tempting Turquoise? No. Tahitian Tide. I love Tahitian Tide, and I'm very glad that Azure Afternoon is very similar to that. So these are the colors that we're saying goodbye to. A lot of these have already sold out, and you can't even get them. And the re-inkers, the blenders, the Stampin' Up markers. If there's anything on this list, you guys, that you want, make sure you get it. Mint Macaron was my favorite. Pear Pizzazz, I'm going to miss. Bermuda Bay. I mean, there's a lot of good ones that are going away, but I love the ones that are new that are coming in. And then here really quickly, if you are local to me, this is my local card class that's going to be on the 22nd. It's actually going to be for the new catalog launch. You'll get your new catalog there. And it's $20. If you've never attended, I have a free class pass that you can use. But if you have attended before, it's $20 or free with a minimum purchase at the event. And then if you are interested in signing up for my newsletter, you will get a free PDF tutorial upon signing up. And then every week I send out another free PDF tutorial. And I think that is it, you guys, for me. Let me pull this camera up and I'm going to show Kathy which one was actually my card. Oh, this one was mine. This was the one I designed. I really like the softness. I thought that could work as a wedding invitation. You know, change up the sentiment, and that would be a good wedding invitation one. It was just 2 colors, you know, petal pink. Well, you did use Blushing Bride and petal pink to do the brushing on the inside, and then splattered it with water, and then the white powder for the heat embossing. Thanks, Kathy. Okay, guys, I will see you next Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And I'm probably just going to go ahead and do the rhinos, even though that they're not available for you to order right now. Hopefully, maybe you'll have them, or you'll like the projects and want to purchase it when they do become available. But, okay, thanks, guys. Make sure that you comment and share on the video. Help me get the word out there about what I'm trying to do in my little corner of the world. I thank you. And